Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something really fascinating, Hanuman's powers, specifically through Ashta Siddhi Nava Nidhi.
That's right. The 8 mystical perfections and the 9 divine treasures.
Exactly. And we know listeners want deep knowledge, but, without getting totally bogged down. So that's our goal. Maybe make these big ideas clear and memorable.
And we have that great starting point, the couplet. Ashta Siddhi Nava Nidhi Kadada Asa Bardin Janakimata.
Right. Which basically says Hanuman gives these powers thanks to a blessing from Sita.
Absolutely. So our mission today is to unpack what these Siddhis and Nidhis actually are, and maybe see if they mean something beyond the ancient stories.
Okay, let's start with Ashta Siddhi, the 8 powers.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is a Siddhi? It sounds extraordinary.
It is. Think of Siddhi as like an exceptional attainment, a special ability you gain through serious dedication.
Dedication like how?
Through tapasya, that's intense spiritual discipline, and bhakti, which is deep devotion. It's really about powers that can emerge from yoga and that whole path of devotion. Focused effort, basically.
So it's earned, not just wished for.
I've got it.
Let's break down the first one, anima. What's that about?
Anima. It comes from anu, meaning atom. So anima is the power to become incredibly small, tiny, like atom-sized.
Wow. Able to go anywhere then.
Pretty much. Enter any object, slip through any crack, no physical barriers.
And Hanuman used this, didn't he, in the Ramayana?
Exactly. His journey to Lanka. To find Sita, he supposedly shrank himself down to a minuscule size.
So he could get in without anyone noticing.
Precisely. A classic example of anima. It makes you think, too, about maybe metaphorically shrinking the ego to see things clearly.
Interesting angle. Okay, next up is Mahima. Sounds like the opposite.
It is. Mahima is the power to become immense, huge, colossal, even potentially filling the universe. Limitless expansion.
And Hanuman showed this too.
He did. Remember when Lanka was burning, he took on this gigantic form?
Right, partly for destruction, but also
To project immense power, to instill fear in Ravana's army. It shows how presence, sheer magnitude, commands attention. Figuratively, too, maybe.
makes sense. Okay, third city, Garima. What's the deal with that one?
Garima is about weight. The ability to make yourself incredibly heavy. Impossibly heavy. Utterly immovable.
Like an anchor.
Exactly like an anchor. No force could move you.
Is there a deeper meaning there beyond just, being heavy?
Oh, definitely. Spiritually, Garima can symbolize inner steadfastness, like unshakable resolve no matter what life throws at you.
Being deeply rooted, like a mountain.
That's a perfect image, that kind of inner stability we often seek, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, next is Lagima. Opposite of Garima, I guess. Lightness.
You got it. Lagima is becoming incredibly light. Weightless, essentially. Able to float, even fly, defying gravity.
Like Hanuman leaping across the ocean.
Yeah.
A huge jump to Lanka.
That's the prime example. And remember the story of him as a child leaping for the sun, thinking it was a fruit?
Yeah.
That also shows this incredible lightness, this freedom from earthly limits. Kind of captures that human desire to transcend, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
Okay, halfway through. Next is Prapti. What does Prapti mean?
Prapti is the power to get anything you want instantly, like immediate acquisition, access to anything, anywhere.
Wow. Ultimate wish fulfillment.
Sort of. On a deeper yogic level, it's sometimes tied to transcending space and time, manifesting things quickly.
Makes you wonder about desire itself.
It does. Is instant gratification the goal, or is there value in the process, the journey? Good question.
Definitely food for thought. Okay, then there's Prakamya.
Prakamya. This is about accomplishing anything through sheer willpower. Your intention becomes reality directly. No obstacles.
Like Hanuman flying across the ocean again? He just did it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No sinking, no faltering, just pure, focused will carrying him across what seems impossible. It really speaks to the power of determination.
Incredible. 2 left. Ishita.
Ishya. This one's about lordship, having absolute control over nature, over the elements.
Sounds pretty high level. Divine, almost.
It's often framed that way, yes. Stemming from divine grace more than just personal effort. It makes you think about our relationship with nature control or harmony.
A very relevant question today. And the last city is Vashita.
Vashita. This is the big one, in a way. Control over everything. Minds, desires, nature, animals, humans. Pervasive influence.
Whoa. That's a lot of control. Is there a spiritual take on Vashita too?
There is. Often it's linked strongly to self-mastery. Controlling your own mind, your own consciousness, the chitta.
Ah, so controlling your inner world.
Exactly. Maybe the ultimate control is self-control, mastering your own thoughts and impulses, more than influencing anything external.
That's a powerful way to frame it. Okay, wow, that's the Ashta Siddhi, an amazing spectrum of powers. Now let's shift gears to Nava Nidhi, the 9 divine treasures. Where do these come from?
Right, the Nava Nidhi. Tradition says they were given by the sage Pulastya to Kuber, the god of wealth.
Okay, God of Wealth makes sense.
And crucially, Hanuman is seen as having mastery or authority over these Nidhis too.
And we need to be clear, these aren't just about gold coins and jewels, right?
Not at all. That's key. Yes, they can include material wealth, but they really represent different kinds of spiritual abundance, inner richness, well-being, a holistic view of wealth.
Okay, let's list them up. First one, Padma.
Padma, the lotus, symbolizes wealth, yes, but also development,
Oh.
growth. It's like the stable form of Lakshmi, goddess of wealth, foundational prosperity that allows more to blossom.
Like a solid base.
Okay.
And Mahapadma. Sounds like great Padma.
Exactly. Mahapadma is even deeper, greater wealth, not just material, but spiritual depth, wisdom, rich life experiences, a bigger picture of abundance.
Then Shanka, the conch shell.
Yes, Shanka symbolizes happiness, purity, auspiciousness, along with prosperity. You know, the sound is sacred. It's wealth that brings joy, a sense of the sacred.
Nice. Fourth is Makara. What's that?
Makara, often shown as a mythical sea creature, this Nidhi represents wealth acquired quickly, maybe unexpectedly. Sudden fortune, serendipity.
Interesting. Okay, Kachapa. That sounds like tortoise.
It does mean tortoise. And Kachapa symbolizes stable wealth, the kind you build patiently, steadily through perseverance. Like the turtle's slow, sure progress, wealth from dedication.
I like that one. What about Mukunda?
Mukunda represents heavenly or spiritual wealth. The treasures you gain through devotion, through bhakti, that deep inner richness from a connection to the divine.
Feels very different from Makara.
Very different focus, yes.
Mm.
Then there's Nanda. What kind of wealth is Nanda? Nanda is wealth tied directly to joy and contentment, prosperity that brings real happiness and satisfaction, not just accumulation for its own sake.
So fulfilling wealth, we're up to number 8. Nila.
Nila. This represents inner wealth, mental strength, willpower, resilience, that strong, disciplined mind, especially valued in yoga.
Inner fortitude. And the last one, number 9, is Sharvata.
Sharvata. This represents complete, holistic wealth, unbroken prosperity across all areas, material, physical, spiritual, total well-being, no lack anywhere.
That really covers everything. Such a rich understanding of wealth. But, brings up the big question. Can people today actually attain these Siddhis and Nidhis? I mean, realistically.
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Maybe not literally shrinking or flying,
Right.
but we can absolutely look at Hanuman as this incredible symbol, an archetype of faith, asa, discipline, tapasya, and total dedication, nishtha.
So it's about embodying those qualities.
I think so. By connecting with devotion, however you define that, and cultivating discipline, you can achieve your own versions of Siddhi and Nidhi.
How so? Like, what would that look like?
Well, Siddhi could be achieving mastery in your work, finding deep inner peace, gaining real mental clarity, your own perfections.
Okay.
And Nidhi could be strong relationships, finding your purpose, spiritual growth, feeling genuinely abundant in life, your treasures.
Which loops us right back to that line from the Hanuman Chalisa.
Ashta Siddhi Nava Nidhi asa bardinja nakimata.
And now it feels even more meaningful.
Exactly. It's not just about literal superpowers. It's this assurance, this blessing from Sita through Hanuman that sincere devotion and effort do lead to significant attainment, to real wealth in our lives, helped by grace.
That really underscores the Bhakti Kabul, the power of devotion in our world, which is often so materialistic. How does devotion act as that anchor?
Well, when everything pushes towards external achievement, getting more stuff, getting validation, Bhakti offers something else, an inner anchor. The qualities Hanuman lives by: faith, selfless service, seva, devotion to a guide or ideal, Guru Bhakti. These become the path to, well, a different kind of success, inner richness. It shifts the focus inward.
And Hanuman's life is the proof, really.
It's the ultimate example. His whole life was service to Rama, driven by pure devotion. And that devotion is what led to his mastery, his blessings of Siddhi and Nidhi.
So the message is?
The message seems to be that nothing's more powerful than that devotional connection. When your actions come from that place, amazing things, inner and outer, become possible.
So wrapping up this deep dive, it's really clear Hanuman's story isn't just old mythology. It feels like living inspiration.
Absolutely. It's timeless wisdom. His life teaches that true power Lasting power isn't just about abilities. It's about devotion, character, commitment to something bigger than yourself.
A really powerful takeaway, and maybe for everyone listening, a final thought to ponder. How could those principles, faith, discipline, devotion, show up in your life? What are your forms of siddhi, your unique strengths and masteries? And what's your nidhi, your true inner and outer wealth? Something to think about, what that really means for you after our chat today.